You're under contract on a house in Orlando, then the inspection turns up a bad roof, or your loan falls through, or you can't get insurance you can actually afford. Here's the question that decides whether you walk away clean or lose your deposit. Did your contract have the right contingency in place? Because in Florida, the protection most buyers assume is automatic isn't. I'm Ryan Solberg with MaxLife Realty. Let me show you all 7. Contingencies are the safety exits in your contract, the conditions that let you cancel, usually with your earnest money back, if something important doesn't check out. Let's start with the most powerful one, and the one with a clock on it, the inspection period. Florida's standard AS is contract, gives you a window, usually 10 to 15 days, to inspect the home. And here's the part people don't believe. During that window, you can cancel for any reason at all and get your full deposit back. For any reason, you don't have to find a problem, you can just change your mind. That's an enormous amount of power. But the second that window closes, that right to walk away vanishes. So schedule your inspection immediately, review it fast, and decide before the clock runs out. Number 2 is the financing contingency. If you're getting a mortgage, this protects you if your loan falls through. It ties to a loan approval period, often around 30 days. If financing gets denied within those terms, you can typically cancel and recover your deposit. Now, number 3, and this is the one that catches people off guard, the appraisal contingency. Most buyers assume it's automatically baked into the AS-IS contract. It is not a guaranteed standalone protection. The contract handles appraisal inside the financing provisions, which means a cash buyer or a buyer who waived financing protection to look stronger can have no appraisal safety net at all. If the appraisal comes in low and you've got no protection, you're covering that gap in cash, renegotiating, or risking your deposit. So have your agent confirm in writing that the protection is actually in your contract. Never assume. Number 4 is the one that barely matters in other states and can be the whole ballgame here, the insurability contingency. It lets you cancel if you can't get homeowners insurance on acceptable terms. And in Florida, in 2026, that's real. Insurers often want a wind mitigation report, and on older homes, a 4-point inspection, roof, HVAC, plumbing, electrical. On some properties, coverage is expensive or hard to get at all, and no insurance means no loan, which means no closing. So shop insurance the day you go under contract, not the week before you close. A home you love can become a home you literally cannot buy. Then you've got the contingencies that round out a typical contract. Title review confirms the seller can actually hand you clean ownership, no surprise liens. Survey catches boundary issues and encroachments. And for condos or HOA communities, the association document review. On condos especially, Florida gives you a short window after you receive the association documents to review the budget, the reserves, and any special assessments. Recent Florida law tightened reserve and inspection requirements, so a gorgeous unit in a financially shaky building can be a trap. And number 7, the sale of home contingency makes your purchase conditional on selling your current home first, so you're not carrying 2 mortgages at once. Here's the biggest mistake I see people make. In a competitive Orlando bidding war, buyers waive contingencies to win, and they do it without understanding what they just gave up. Waive the inspection, you inherit the hidden defects. Waive appraisal protection, you're covering the shortfall in cash. Waive financing protection, your deposit is on the line if the loan dies. There are smarter middle paths, shortening the inspection period instead of waiving it, or adding appraisal gap coverage instead of dropping the protection entirely. You can compete without recklessly exposing yourself. And one more thing that ties all of this together: deadlines. Florida contracts run on time is of the essence. That means the dates are firm. If your inspection period ends Friday and you give notice Saturday, you may have just lost your right to cancel and your deposit with it. A contingency only protects you if you act inside its window and deliver proper written notice. Contingencies aren't red tape. They're what let you buy with confidence and walk away if something's genuinely wrong. I wrote the complete version of this every contingency, every time frame, plus the seller side of it over on the blog. And if you want someone in your corner who tracks every deadline and makes sure you're actually protected, not just assuming you are, that's exactly what I do here in Central Florida. Call or text me at 321-373-3536 or reach out at maxliferealty.com.